What's happened for you since the combine? This is quite a process as you get ready for the NFL draft.
I mean, I got back from the Senior Bowl, and like I said, just taking it one day at a time. That's all you can do. Just working on getting better every day. Getting ready for these events. So I can come here and compete and show the world what I got. Show the world what I've been working on.
What would be a successful draft for you? Do you have like a goal where you want to go?
No team particularly. I'm not got my mind set on anywhere specifically. I'm just trying to come here, showcase my talent. Boost my draft stock first and foremost, and just see how high I can go.
What round would you? I mean, if you were seventh, first, where do you think you should go?
Realistically, I'm trying to sneak somewhere in that third round. I think that's possible for me. If I come here and do what I got to do.
What are some areas you think you'll test out well?
I'm really hoping to do well on that bench today. That's the first thing I got to knock down, and I handled it one day at a time, like I said. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that here and shortly. And once we do that, tomorrow is tomorrow. I'm gonna look on that when it comes to me. But I'm hoping I run well. Been testing well. Trying to hit somewhere in that 4.8 mark. Maybe hit that 4.7 if I get that good start now. And I know just changing direction drills and just skill position drills is something I've always been good at. So I'm expecting to have that as my strong suit. When I test.
Knowing that you're a senior, was there any thought for you not playing in the Sugar Bowl?
I know it was different for some other guys, but for me, I just saw it as another opportunity to get back with my team and to play one last time. One last hurrah with the boys. And I'm a firm believer in starting what you finish, and that's been instilled in me ever since. That's the Georgia way. That's the new standard of Georgia football. So I was one of the guys who was an advocate for playing in that game and finishing strong.
What was you say you're going to do bench here in minutes? What's your goal?
I'm trying to get like 26, somewhere around there.
Have you done that in practice?
The highest I've gotten in testing, I probably got like 20, 22, 23. So, with that adrenaline pumping, I'm just trying to add a few more. You know what I'm saying?
What are you trying to sell these teams on when they sit down with you and you meet with them? You're like, hey, I'm Jonathan Ledbetter. This is why you should draft me.
Besides the film speaking for itself, I'm a hard-working player. I come to compete every day. That's something I did every day at Georgia. That's just the type of culture we have there, and that's what we're bred to do. And I have a great character guy, and I want these teams to know who I am as a person, but also as a football player beyond the tape. I think I do a good job of showing that, and I think I've been doing well doing that so far.
If you have to give them one game to watch, what game is it?
I can watch them all, honestly.
No, one game to watch.
Just one. I would definitely say from this year or any year.
Any year.
Alabama National Championship game. I played my heart out that game. Play my heart out every game. I give it my all, but I would definitely say that game meant a lot to us, and Georgia hadn't been in that situation for a while before Coach Smart came, and just changed the whole culture. And it definitely stayed in stone. What Georgia is and what Georgia will become in the future. I'm expecting big things from them too.
Is there a game that you wouldn't want them to watch?
Not at all. Not at all. I think the worst game I had was LSU, and I think I finished up with 10 tackles. So.
Why do you think Georgia's preparing you for the NFL?
Georgia breeds NFL talent every year in and year out. We have guys who are in the league dominating, on that scale, and it's a standard, man. It's been set, and I got to be a part of a foundation that got set there, and I'm blessed to have that opportunity, and it will continue to be that for years in and years out. It's just Georgia football. That's what we do.
Jonathan, you played in a couple of overtime games in your career, including obviously the Oklahoma game and the Alabama game. As the game started to wear on into those longer overtime, especially those are playoff games, you guys are great teams.
Yes, sir.
Did it start to get mentally and physically wearing? Did it start to just really wear on you, especially double overtime in the Rose Bowl?
The crazy part about it is you don't look up. You're in the game and you play until it's over. You adjust, you make adjustments. You fix your mistakes at halftime, even going in the huddle, even just talking to your teammates. And I think for us, even when we were on that long run, we never looked up. It was just kind of the next game, the next phase, the next step. And I think that's just something that was ingrained in us, you know, before the season started, you know, through those summer workouts, you know what I'm saying, those 6 a.m.s and, you know, all that extra stuff that we put in as a team, as a family, that kind of just paid off in the end. Just never looking up, you know, never being complacent and always, you know, being hungry for more.
The NCAA is talking about changing the overtime rule a little bit, mainly about limits, 5 overtimes because the LSU A&M game this past year.
Yeah.
To say 5th overtime, it's just 2-point conversion plays, no more full sets and all that. I know you're going into the NFL now, but do you think that's a smart idea for college that once you start getting past 4 overtimes?
I think that's
enough?
smart. I mean, it gets to a certain point, you know, where the body can only take so much, and you know, a few overtimes is okay, but once you start getting into like 5, you know, 5, 6 overtimes, I mean, I think it's safe to say, you know, you can't really play your best football at that point. So, you know, you just gotta just shorten it down a little bit. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
What was Coach Feld like as a strength and conditioning coach?
He's a great coach. He's doing well at Oregon, but you know, he was always in my corner. So I just appreciate him for that. And you know, he was always a mentor, you know, other than a strength coach. You know, and our whole strength staff at Georgia, you know, even the ones that have left and going on to do, you know, more successful things for themselves. You know, it's always like a family. Like I said, Georgia is a family, and they always pour into you more than just strength and conditioning. You know, it's about life lessons. It's about, you know, bettering yourself. You know, being a better man, and you know, being a man of God. You know, stuff like that. You know, and that's important. You know, and Georgia raises, you know, great football players, but they also raise great men. And that's important. That's one of the reasons why I went to university.
Jonathan, you played up and down. You stood up, you had your hand in the dirt.
I've had to do it all. I'm a jack of all trades.
So what are you trying to tell these teams, you know, hey, you know, I'm a 3-4-4-3 DN, you know, what do you want to play?
In the league, you know, I want to play, you know, DN primarily, but you know, I'm versatile. And I think that's the thing that separates me from a lot of guys. I can do a lot of different things. You know, I can do, you know, the stand up. I can play jack linebacker. I can play 5 technique. I can play 6 technique. I can go down to a 3. I can even go to a 2-eye. You know, if I need to. I've done that at Georgia, and I've proven it, and it's on tape. You know, so anybody that has their doubts can definitely turn that on and you know, see what I can do in multiple positions. And I think the versatility, you know, sets you apart from a lot of the other competition.
What's your best Elijah Holyfield story?
I mean, Elijah was my roommate, you know what I'm saying? So we had a lot of stories. Best story I had was definitely, you know, national championship. I was giving him a pregame speech walking out the tunnel, and, you know, I've never seen Elijah cry. You know, even, you know, wins, losses, whatever, you know, I've never seen him cry. But, you know, I was speaking from the heart in that moment, and it was kind of crazy. I literally saw him shed 3 tears, you know, just me talking to him and me hyping him up and me going out there and us going to play a game for each other. And for
it's pre-game, not after the game.
Pre-game. So this is walking out when we were captains, and it was crazy. It was a big moment for us, and like, you know, and we shared that together, and that's something I always cherish.
How many years were y'all roommates?
Just this past, really a year and a half.
Okay. How hard is it to tackle him in practice?
Man, he don't want to go down. I just say that. You know, he likes to run through everything. He'll run through 2, 3, 4 guys. You know what I mean? He sees a pile and he'll attack it. You know, he's not a guy who wants to bounce it out all the time. He can. And he can get away from a lot of defenders, but he's a physical running back. And like I said, you know, Georgia is a physical football school. And the stable of running backs there has always been physical. And we don't shy away from contact. He's never going to do that. He'll run you over if he has to.
What were your words to him that drew those tears out, and what did he say back?
That's between us, man. You know, I can't share that with everybody. You know, that's the secret sauce.
I can ask him next time I see him.
Yeah, he probably won't tell you, though. I ain't going to lie.
Did you talk to him after he ran yesterday? What was his reaction? Obviously, that wasn't the time he was looking for.
Yeah, that wasn't what he was looking for. But you know, you get another chance to do that pro day, and he's trained hard. You know, he's been working hard, and I know what kind of player he is. And I think, you know, the NFL knows what kind of player he is. And you know, 2 runs shouldn't, you know, define who he is as a person or a player. And if you turn on the tape, you can see what he does. And I think, you know, that's what these coaches analyze. You know, they're not just this is a stepping stone for getting into the NFL, but you know, a lot of analysis and a lot of, you know, time and thought goes into, you know, selecting who they want to pick up and who they want to draft. And I know that, you know, he's going to be a great player in the NFL, and he's going to have a lot of success.
Devastated or anything like that?
I mean, definitely, you definitely get upset, when you don't do well. I think that's, human nature. That's just what we do as humans. But, he has another chance to showcase his skills, and I know he will.
How does he handle his being the son of a celebrity? On the one hand, he wants to be his own man, do his own thing. On the other hand, he's got a great last name to uphold.
The cool thing about Elijah is, he doesn't live in his father's shadow. I know a lot of people, say, oh, that's Evander Holyfield's son, but Elijah's made his own legacy, and at Georgia, and he's going to continue to do so. And that's the cool thing about him, and that's why he's somebody I trust in my inner circle, just because of how hard he works. He's not going to feed off of someone else's success. He's going to make his own.
So who gets clowned on more? If you get the 4.7s, you're running about as fast as he does. But he did 26 reps. It should be more than you. So who gets the worst end of that?
I don't know, man. He's always been pound for pound one of the strongest guys at Georgia. I mean, you can just see him. He looks like an inflatable doll. I mean, he's just Elijah. He's strong, man, and he's powerful. And I just need to one up him on one thing. So whatever I get, I'm good.
Now, you played different positions, so you obviously had different coaches. So how many, you've had outside linebacker coaches, defensive line coaches. Now, did you work with Dan Lanning this year?
Yeah, I worked with Coach Lanning a lot. I worked with Coach Lanning a lot the year before, too, when he first got in. Great coach. He accepted me, and he took his time and definitely showed me the way. I worked with Trey Scott because obviously he's D-line, and just moving around, learning new things, moving parts. Georgia defense is something that you dive head first into and try to learn as much as you can.
What could Georgia fans expect from him as a defensive coordinator now that he's moved up?
A lot of pressures. I think Georgia's going to continue to not necessarily take risks, but get after it. We've always got after it, but we didn't generate a lot of sacks that we wanted to every year, and I think that's something that he's working on, and just the scheme and how the defense is going, and the way Kirby wants it to look, because towards the end of the year last year, Kirby was like, I want sacks. Y'all go get after it. Y'all go do what y'all do. And I'm definitely expecting big things from my outside linebacker group. There's a lot of talented guys, and definitely on the D-line too. Everyone's athletic and they can move. So.
Kind of going over that, can you talk to me a little bit about practice? So you're going against Andrew Thomas, you're going against Isaiah Wilson. What's it like practicing at Georgia? Trying to tackle Elijah. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Practice is always hard in the game, and I know people say that a lot, but if you go watch a Georgia practice, we reload if it doesn't look right. You know what I mean? And we'll do a whole rack. Coach will let us finish a whole entire rack of 12 plays, 6 plays, and he'll reset it after the fact. So you're fatigued, and all that stuff going into it. When you're fatigued, you're tired, you're already beat up, and you started over. That's when you start focusing on the very small details to get it perfect. And once you get it perfect in practice, the game is simple. And I think that's why we dominated a lot of teams, and we were able to compete with a lot of teams just because we did it so well in practice, and we pushed each other so hard to the point of exhaustion. And just physicality was just off the charts. It's like you're playing a game, every day. We had Bloody Tuesday, Bloody Wednesday, and it was fun for us. It became a competition, and we just thrived in adversity. And we were always thrown in adverse situations. And practice was. We had situations that were basically impossible to win, and we found ways to win them. And I think, going to the NFL and even in college, you got to find ways to win no matter what.
How much of that prepared you for this next level?
I think that's my bread and butter right there. I'm a practice player. They call me a practice warrior at Georgia, and I'm gonna go out there and fight. And I'm gonna compete, and I'm gonna give it everything I got in practice, so that in the game it is easy for me. And I just impose my will on people when I want to.
Have you reached out, or has any of the guys that were in the NFL that you played with at Georgia, they reached out to you about this process?
100%, all of them. Davin, Zoe, Roe. Raquan was my roommate too before he left out of there. I got his old room now, back at the Mark in Athens. But it's just they tell you to enjoy it. It's a difficult but fun process at the same time. You waking up, you're doing everything a lot different. But a lot of people would kill to be in the situation I'm in right now. So I'm blessed and I'm grateful and I'm thankful to be here.
Have the Falcons reached out to you, or have they interviewed with you?
I did interview with the Falcons at the Senior Bowl, but I haven't really talked to them too much here. I talked to them in the informals, but too much.
I didn't hear who you said when you were listening to guys. Have you stayed in touch with Lorenzo Carter?
Yeah. Zoe hit me up right before I got down here, and he's always been somebody, you know, who has a great motor, and I kind of, you know, took some of his game and put it into mine. He's just a great competitor, and you know, he's a good person to have in your corner and to have, you know, to get advice from. And him, like I said, him and Davin, they're still training right now. You know, they were in Atlanta, you know, busting their tails, and it's just good to have those people, you know, supporting you and around you.
Who do you know with the Giants since you've been here?
I have.
Did you go for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here? Was that formal or informal?
I met with them
Formally?
Yes, sir.
What do you take away when you think back on the 2 games you played against Alabama? What were your memories from these 2?
I mean, the most important memory is just, you know, it's in the inches. Honestly, you know, you got to finish the game. You know, win is a win, a loss is a loss. It doesn't matter how it looks, and it doesn't matter how it gets done. You know, not all wins are clean, and you know, not all losses, you know, are the same way. You know, we had to finish in all those games, and we did. That's just a matter of the fact. You know, we played well. We dominated the game for more than half of the game, and we came up short. So that just goes to show you, you know, no matter how much you think you know, there's always room for improvement. There's always a way to get better and succeed and play better.
What's your best memory at Georgia?
Rose Bowl. Double overtime coming back. I think when Sony ran down there, I ran down there with him, and I was tired. I felt like I ran the touchdown, and I just laid in the end zone, man, and I just looked up at the sky. Thank God, and I was trying to catch my breath for about 2 minutes. But just sharing those moments with those guys and just celebrating and, you know, knocking off, you know, being the underdogs in that game and you know, knocking off, you know, first round, first pick in the draft, you know what I'm saying, was definitely a big boom for me. You know, getting to sack that game and, you know, getting them on the ground and having the crowd cheer your name and you just shifting the whole momentum and everything in the stadium is wild, you know.
They had some good offensive linemen in that group. What's the best offensive lineman you've gone up in your career?
It's crazy to say it, but, you know, he was on my team. I went against him every day. You know, Isaiah Wynn is the epitome of greatness. Like, every single day, you know, we went, you know, they say iron sharpens iron, and I don't know if anything is harder than iron, but he's harder than that. And he gave me everything he had every day, and I gave him everything I had, and we made each other better. And you know, I wish I can get to play with him on the next level. You know, not saying any hints or whatever, but you know, if they decide to do that, I'd be grateful to, you know, compete against him again, because he definitely is hands down the best lineman I've ever played against. And he's a hard worker, and he found a formula that works for him, and he uses it to affect other players and other people too.
Yeah, I mean, that's just any player who's ready to play.
Georgia practices were a lot like the New England Patriots. Have you heard that?
100%. I just talked to Isaiah. I texted him while I was at the Senior Bowl, and also right before I came down here, just to get some friendly advice, man. And he just said, you know, you're already prepared for it. You've been preparing for this 4 years of college. He said you've been doing this every day with Coach Smart, you know, and you're ready for the light. You know, you're ready to step into that next level. You know, because we work for it, and we go hard every day. And he was in the same shoes as I am right now, and he just told me to just stay calm and, you know, just trust the process and stay true to what Georgia has taught me. And if I can do that, you know, I got the recipe.
And as far as being Lenny, personality, everything, dealing with you, obviously is different than Mel Tucker, but how do you think that's going to affect the defense? And what would you say about his personality with players?
I mean, he's a workhorse, man. You know, you got guys like Lynn Schumann and him who operate basically the same way. You know, they run around and they work so hard, but it's like they have their hair on fire. You know, they always want more. They always want something better. They always want to figure out how to make it simpler and more complex at the same time, which is weird to say, but they want to make other teams flustered but have us relaxed and easy to execute, things like that. And I think when you start, you know, running defenses and executing like that, you know, it's kind of hard to handle, you know, for other opposing teams, and you're making it easier for your guys, but you know, he's having fun doing it, and he brings a lot of excitement and energy to the University of Georgia, and that's one thing I really you know, noticed when he first got there, and he's always fired up, and it doesn't matter, you know, anybody can be down, he's gonna bring you up, he's gonna fire you up.
What kind of play caller was Mel Tucker?
He was aggressive as well, you know, but you know, we had a defense, you know, a defensive-oriented coach. You know, Kirby Smart, you know, he likes things a certain way, and Coach Tucker knew that. So, you know, there was times where, you know, they didn't necessarily butt heads, but they had to come to an agreement on what to run, like what was best for the teams that we were playing against, and you know, they did that very well. You know, they meshed good together, and you know, Coach Tucker was my guy. You know, wish him all the best to where he is now, and I know he's gonna do great things. But you know, Georgia is always going to be a run-stopping defense first, and then you're going to get after the quarterback. And I don't think that's going to change completely, but I do think they're going to get after the quarterback a lot more.
What kind of head coach do you think Mel will be at Colorado?
A great one. He's a great guy. I mean, he's an even better man, and he loves his players, and he pours a lot into his people. And you know, he believes in development and you know, the process, and that's what it is. The whole thing is just a process. If you trust in it, you'll be successful.
Give me your favorite play that you were involved in. Imagine a sack problem. Or a
100%.
stop on goal line, something like that.
Like I said, that Baker Mayfield sack was definitely crazy, but another one, SEC championship game against Auburn. Yeah, I hit Jarrett and I basically flatlined him. That was one of my favorite plays, and actually when I was at the Senior Bowl, he was like, "Hey man, just don't hit me like that again. We're good." and you just laugh about stuff like that because you know you don't really remember it from the day to day, but like my mom has that picture in my house, like at home, and it's blown up. Like whenever I walk in my house, I see it. I'm like, I did do that. I did. That happened.
So what makes you think there'd be more pressure? Is it just Lanning's personality, or is it how much of it's personnel also?
I think it's personnel and personality. I think they're starting to realize, you know, the game is changing even in college. You know, it changes every year. And Kirby is, you know, he wants results. He wants sacks. You know, you got a lot of guys on our outside linebacker group who are fast and able to just run past guys and beat them quick with speed. You know, so you got to use what you have. You know, you got to use your weapons to the best of your ability. And I know that he realizes that, and that's something that he's been wanting to do. You know, he's been working towards that, so I'm not surprised at all that it's going to happen.
Did you meet with the Patriots?
I met with the Patriots at the Senior Bowl. Yeah, so not here.
And then you said that towards the middle of the season, Kirby said he wanted more sacks. Did he come out and say that?
He told us. He said, "Y'all get after the quarterback." He said, "I know we stopped the run." He said, "But I want y'all to pressure the quarterback." You know, people started figuring out our run game and our defensive run game, and they started running RPOs on us a lot. If y'all watch the tape, y'all just see it. And you know, in order to stop that, you got to affect the quarterback. You know, whether that's with batted balls, sacks, something. You know, so he didn't say necessarily go get sacks, but he just said affect the quarterback. You know, whether that's with pressure, like I said, batted balls, you know, sacks, just disrupting them somehow.
Is that around bye week? Is that during the bye week when the week down?
I don't know specifically like what day it was. I just, yeah, somewhere around there.
Y'all set your, you can bring it back.